In 1991, high in the Ötztal Alps, two hikers uncovered the 5,000-year-old frozen remains of a man later named Ötzi. But soon after his discovery, a strange pattern emerged. Those connected to him began to die mysteriously. Was it a curse or a tragic coincidence? Let's dive into the chilling tale of Ötzi's curse. In September 1991, two German tourists, Helmut and Erika Simon, were hiking through the Ötztal Alps when something unusual caught their eye, something protruding from the ice. At first, they thought it was the body of a modern mountaineer, but they couldn't have been more wrong. What they had found was a man frozen in time for over 5,000 years, a Copper Age mummy who would later be known as Ötzi. Ötzi was a scientific marvel. His body, clothes, and tools were remarkably preserved, offering a rare glimpse into prehistoric life. But this extraordinary discovery soon gave way to a series of eerie and tragic events that made many question if this ancient mummy carried with him a deadly curse. In 2004, Helmut Simon, one of Ötzi's original discoverers, went missing while hiking in the very mountains where he had found the Iceman 13 years earlier. After an intense search, his body was discovered frozen in a stream, having fallen 300 feet. The haunting parallel between Simon's fate and Ötzi's, both frozen in the same harsh environment, was too strange to ignore, and whispers of a curse began to spread. Helmut Simon was not the only one to meet a tragic end. Dr. Rainer Hahn, the forensic pathologist who first handled Ötzi's body, died in a car accident while en route to a lecture about the Iceman. He had been one of the first to touch Ötzi, and his sudden death fueled the belief that Ötzi's curse was real. Then came the death of Kurt Fritz, the mountain guide who had helped lead researchers to Ötzi's body. In 1993, Fritz was killed in an avalanche, even though others he was guiding survived. His death further deepened the mystery surrounding the Iceman. And there was Konrad Spindler, the lead archaeologist on the Ötzi project. He had publicly dismissed the idea of a curse, joking that if it were real, he would be the next to die. In 2005, Spindler passed away from multiple sclerosis, though his illness had been progressing for years. Still, his death was seen by some as another victim of Ötzi's chilling curse. Tom Loy, a molecular archaeologist, had been on the verge of publishing groundbreaking research on Ötzi's weapons when he suddenly died in 2005 under mysterious circumstances. His body was found just days before his research was to be released, adding yet another eerie death to the growing list. Skeptics argue that many of the deaths can be explained by natural causes. Many of those involved were elderly or in dangerous professions. The treacherous conditions of mountain exploration only added to the risks. But the timing and nature of these deaths make others wonder if there's something more, something ancient and dark, that followed Ötzi from his frozen grave. What makes Ötzi's curse even more compelling is the mystery surrounding his own death. Examination of his body revealed that Ötzi had been shot in the back with an arrow, likely dying from blood loss and exposure. He had also suffered head trauma, possibly from a fall or a blow, suggesting a violent struggle. Was he ambushed? Or had Ötzi been involved in a deadly conflict before his death? Through meticulous study of Ötzi's remains, scientists have pieced together many details about his life. Ötzi stood about 5'3", 160 centimeters tall, weighed around 110 pounds, 50 kilos, and was about 45 years old at the time of his death. He suffered from various ailments, including joint wear and tear, hardened arteries, and even traces of Lyme disease. Perhaps most notably, tattoos were found all over his body, 61 in total, which some believe may have been part of a primitive medical practice to treat pain. Ötzi's last meal was also discovered through analysis of his stomach contents. He had eaten a mix of grains and meat, likely from ibex, showing that he had access to both plants and animals in his environment. This gives us a fascinating insight into the diet of people living during the Copper Age. When Ötzi was discovered, he had with him an array of tools and clothing that offer a window into prehistoric technology. He carried a copper axe, one of the oldest examples of metalworking ever found, a flint knife, and a quiver of unfinished arrows. His clothing, made from animal skins and grasses, was sophisticated and well suited for the harsh mountain conditions. Despite the eerie string of deaths connected to Ötzi, scientists and researchers largely dismiss the idea of a curse. Instead, they point to the natural dangers associated with high-altitude expeditions and the fact that several of the victims were already suffering from health problems. What do you believe? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.